Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this new webinar of the A Pranzo con il NIC series. Today we have an international speaker that will provide his presentation during these 30 minutes. We will take any question at the end of the slides. And in the case we will not be able to answer to all the questions, we will take offline and we'll be answering and publishing with the material after the webinar. So let me welcome today Agnieszka Krogulec from Poland. She is an experienced project management professional, also mentor, facilitator, and business trainer. And she has also served the PMI as president of PMI Poland. So welcome, Agnieszka. We are happy to have you here today. So now the stage is for your presentation.
Good afternoon. Welcome everyone to our session today. Thank you very much, Francesco, for the introduction. I would just like to add a couple of things about myself. I have almost 20 years of professional experience in execution, business and IT, managing PMOs and consulting on projects within companies like Deloitte. And during my career, I mainly focused on business process transformation and transition. Insurance, telecommunications, gas and oil, transport and logistics industries. And also I have been an assessor of competitions for the best business in Poland, United States, China, and the Republic of South Africa. And last but not least, I'm passionate about social leadership, which supports the changing of the world for the better. And I'm keen on and culture and Latin American dances. So that's the all about me. And so let's go to the presentation. I cannot just go to the next slides. Do you Hello?
Yep, Agnieszka, we can hear you. We do not see moving the slides. So maybe try to exit the presentation mode.
Problem, I cannot. Yes, it's on the presentation mode, but something happened with my slides. I cannot just, everything was, just a second. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, carry on the presentation like that.
Okay, so maybe now it would be, that's fantastic. Okay, so let's go let's go to the presentation. So the main goal of the session is to share how free self-management tools can help you to achieve success as a project manager. Few days, I've been thinking about what to share with you during this coronavirus situation when we all face lockdown and isolation and think about the perspective for the future of the whole world. And I decided to tell you about as a project manager when I work from home. Everyone here manages projects, and we all do it in our own way. And similarly, everybody wants to achieve a success on a definition of what a project success is. How many of you fear that reality is changing all the time? That you will not be able to deliver the project, your stakeholders change their mind, which results in changes to the project goals or your project plan, or it's more difficult to manage your people remotely, or that your work-life balance is shaken, or that you cannot sleep well, which results in health problems, or stress. Because of stress, we may lose focus to Have you ever considered what the reasons for such fears are? I will give you a moment to think. And how to manage your day better in order not to get stressed. I have my own tips and solutions, and let me tell you a short story. When in 2016, I started to be the president of the PMI Poland chapter, I realized very quickly that although it was a voluntary position, it required Moreover, at the same time, I started the international PMI program at the Leadership Institute Masterclass for outstanding leaders from all over the world. And apart from that, I had a normal job as a project solutions regarding card payments for the banks and acquirers. I was swamped with work. And my work-life balance, as you could imagine, was completely out of balance. Last night, I sat down in silence and wrote down the most important things in my life, as well as my short and long-term goals, both personally. Organize myself very quickly in order to survive and not to fail my family, my boss, and my volunteers. I started to organize the plan of the day in alignment with my goals. PMI. After 2 years of my presidency, PMI Poland chapter achieved the best financial results during 15 years of its activity in Poland. We delivered a lot of great events, programs for our members, and I also successfully implemented my work projects. So many things are possible if you really want them. And success starts with self-management. Before you start managing other people, you need to learn how to manage yourself. I suppose many of you techniques for self-management, but may not use them because of lack of time. We often think that we don't have time for ourselves, and we only start to act when we experience a health issue. This is exactly endless time of predicament when we change our routine behavior in order to live better, personally and professionally, and develop our I use 3 simple tools, or I call them tricks, which help me to manage myself better. And continuous improvement. And I would like to share them with you shortly. First, ABC rule, always be close to. What does it mean for me? All day accordingly. Proper planning and time management are key to getting the most out of your day. If I'm in a big hurry, I stop and check if the thing I'm doing personal or professional. If it doesn't, I do my best to stop doing it or to delegate it to somebody else. And how to remember activity. For example, I wrote my goals on the board, which I put next to my desk at home, and look at it every day. I check my goals daily and see if my actions are. You can put them on the fridge or any other possible place where you would like often see them. It helps me to be more positive every day. A clear goal. This maxim reminds me that if you really know what you want, you are more likely to find the ways to achieve it. You see more solutions ready to implement. The second trait is neatness. What does it mean for me? Firstly, it's about clarity of thought. It helps me to meditation, breathing techniques, exercise, being in nature are different ways which can help achieve the state of self-awareness. And when my head takes things are tidy, especially now during home office, it's very important for me to have a clean place of work because it helps me to and the third one, continuous improvement. What does it mean for me? In the morning, I do a short review of my previous day. What I was satisfied with and what I would do differently in the future, both in my personal and professional life. And I feel grateful for all the experiences that happened to me. A very powerful tool and brings abundance to life. I practice saying thank you during the day, whenever I remember. And the more you do it, the more you realize that happened. When I realized that I made a mistake, I do my best to learn from it. There is nothing wrong with making mistakes, but again, on the basis of my daily reviews, I introduce improvements which help me to work more effectively and keep my work-life balance stable. How do I apply my 3 tricks to the projects I work on every day? Let's start with the first one. ABC rule, always be close to. How does it refer to? As a project manager, we always should be close to the goals of the project and align the project plan with the agreed goals. We need to confirm with the whole team that they do not they also agree to achieve these goals together. The same for me refers to the confirmation of the goals with the sponsors, and watch out with the project, because it's possible that everyone has their own hidden agenda and understand the goals in different ways. Please remember that. Please remember this and the way you want to engage them to achieve the agreed goals. And of course, verify your goals. Verify if your goals are up to date, and if they are not, to change them. The second one, neatness. How can you take care of the neatness on the project? First, you need to clear roles and responsibilities for all the parties on the project, for your team and the client's team. Moreover, do not forget to clarify the area of your responsibility with the project sponsors. Tolerance for the budget or risk you have, or what kind of decision you are able to make on the project. Do your best to align tasks with people's talents and skills, which will definitely pay off in the future of the project. And from my point of view, people generally work better if they like what they're doing, and they are more proactive and happier to implement some changes for the better. And stop and check if the project works. If is not able to deliver what they promised to do, ask openly why it is happening. Ask how you can help them to change the roles and responsibilities in order to come back on the right track. The third one, continuous improvement. What does it mean in terms of the project? 90% of the project manager's time is communication. You need to communicate with all stakeholders, at least the most important ones. In my opinion, it's better to over-communicate than under-communicate. It's very good practice to ask for feedback from others about your work, but also give sincere feedback to others. The real situation on a project and to mitigate high risks if they occur. Let the people learn from their mistakes and speak openly about shortcomings in the work. Some time for retrospectives with your teams and check what was done well and what we should do differently next time in order to reach the project goals better. It is best to meet face-to-face and now, of course, via video conferences. Focus or failing to make progress, switch tasks and come back to the job later. Replan your project. Don't bang your head against the wall. It never works. Last but not least, do not do them in your projects to get better results. So I would like to sum up. Self-management is an acquired art. You can learn different skills and use different tools to achieve greater things in life. And you can start today. You can start improving today if you feel it is needed. And please remember that everybody has their own self-management new pace. You can use my 3 simple tricks like ABC rule, neatness, continuous improvement to be a better project manager. These tools help me a lot every day. Or need to deal with several projects at the same time and limit my level of stress. Start every day with your goals and align the plan of your day to your goals. Do not forget to be thankful for and say thank you to the people you are working with. And giving and receiving feedback needs to be learned and practiced, especially when you work with people from different cultures. Phrases. If you fail, never give up, because fail means first attempt in learning. And it's not the end in fact, and means effort never dies. If you get no, means next opportunity. So let's be positive. Good luck in your success as a project manager. These are my slides. I'm done. I have presented or would like to manage people better on the projects, feel free to contact me at LinkedIn. And many people ask me if I have any golden rules for managing people on the project. So I decided to prepare an online course to share my. If you are interested in digging into the subject more, please follow my LinkedIn profile when I will announce the course once available. Thank you so much for your attention, or it's better to say thank you very much for having lunch together. Answer.
Thank you, Agnieszka. Thank you, Agnieszka, for your presentation. Unfortunately, some of the attendees have experienced some audio issue in your presentation with some gap. We know this time the internet network infrastructure are challenged, and so it was let's say difficult to follow you, even if was clear the tips and tricks that you have shared with us. I would have a question for you. In this self-management, is there any external contribution that we that has as a project manager can we rely on? How do you see the role of looking for a mentor that might help in this self-management?
I suppose that from my experience and based on my experience, because I was a mentor many times for different people, this is a great, it could be a great contribution to the people you admire and the people who has a great career, for example, in project management or any other business areas. Because when you work with somebody else and you are a mentee, and these two people learn a lot. Even when you have a mentee and that mentee is much younger and with less experience than you can even learn a lot from such a mentee. And of course, you can share self-management practice with such a person from during those mentoring sessions. So this is a great idea to cooperate with a mentor. And I really encourage you to be the mentor for others as well.
Thank you. So we have a comment. These self-management tools, let's say, can help the PM, but it's important also to transfer to the team. Is this correct?
Yes, of course, definitely. We should have the same rules for the teams as well. Because when you share your tools or when you share your practice or doing different things, this is good to go. This is very good to align with your teams. Just to have that, it's the same refers to the values. It's much better to cooperate with each other when we are open in communication, when we share this practices which are useful for us. So definitely it is very helpful that when we cooperate with the teams every day and we share self-management practice. Sometimes we them some hints or recommend some books or recommend some tools which are very helpful for us, and especially we can practice within the team just the different tools and check if it works.
Thank you. We are close to the end of this session today. Let me before the usual logistics information, let me say that as we know that this session was not really with high audio quality and there was some gap, we will check the recording and figure out what to do, if this is acceptable or we need to have let's say an offline recording in order to publish a good quality recording of the presentation. So please give us the time to consult internally and we will let you know about the next step. For the time being, I I remind you that you will get PDU automatically claimed and approved on your PMI ID if you have provided during the registration. And as we said, the material will be published offline on the site. On the YouTube channel, you will get the presentation. And the series of the webinars, Pranzo con il NIC, will continue this week and next week. So follow the calendar. And thank you very much to our speaker, Agnieszka. And thank you very much to all of you for having joined the session and for your understanding and your patience about the audio issue that you have experienced. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.